Hi, my lovely people. Baby, let this disclaimer run. Do not go out of your way to dislike anybody we talk about in these videos. Everything is alleged until, it's not alleged anymore. Section 107, fair use, allows us to talk about it. It is for entertainment purposes only, and it is for educational purposes only.
And water. They said that child was severely malnourished along with another one they found inside the same home. Now, we talked to neighbors in this area, and they said that they don't really know the homeowner of this home very well, but she's in business with a woman who has gained a huge following online, with YouTube videos getting hundreds of thousands of views.
So being a mom's a full-time job, but
popular Utah family vlogger Ruby Franke was arrested Wednesday. The 41-year-old mother of 6 is known for sharing clips of her children's daily lives on their now defunct YouTube channel, 8 Passengers.
No.
Today, she and her business partner, Jody Hildebrand, are accused of abusing some of them.
No. My bedroom was taken away for 7 months, and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think our viewers know that.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October, and they gave my room back like 2 weeks ago.
Police say a clearly malnourished 12-year-old child crawled out of the window of Hildebrand's Ivans area home. A neighbor called 911 when he showed up at their house asking for food and water. Officers say his wrists were duct taped. He had wounds from being tied up across his body. Investigators say they found a 10-year-old girl inside the same house who was also malnourished. Franke's family vlogs.
Now, this is a story I've been wanting to cover, and I will say this. It is a sensitive topic anytime abuse or, abuse allegations are thrown in. But, baby, when I tell you Ruby Frank, okay, also known as, the 8 Passengers, things of that nature here on YouTube, as well as she has been on numerous platforms talking about, the things that she believes in, her YouTube platform, the things they do in the community and that nature, right? So we're going to talk about it because it's ripped straight from the headlines. And I told you guys we're going to start doing some things like that over here because we need to talk about when a mom acts up out here in, the real world as well as here on YouTube. So this right here is a double whammy, right? She was not only on YouTube, but it was in the real world as well. So let's get right into it. Okay, so Ruby Frank, she has this channel, right? She has a channel. It's called 8 Passengers. On this channel, she was showing her family life, the things she did with her children, and in my opinion, the lack thereof of what she was doing with her children, right? She was out here and she was gaining subscribers back to back. She was getting ratings back to back. She was blowing up on YouTube, and as well as she was doing interviews with, some daytime talk shows. She was sharing it with her local news station. She was painting herself to be something that she was not. Currently, right now, her and her husband are both fighting. Well, she's actually still in jail. Her husband has made bond, but they are actually fighting abuse allegations, endangerment allegations, and everything like that. Now, I have to say that it's allegations because they have not been found guilty. Although we have, heard out here in the real world and on news and newspapers and magazines of what has happened. 2 children were found bound with duct tape. One was able to escape the home and get attention for the other child. They were malnutrition. They looked like they had been starving, and it was a lot of abuse going on, okay? So the whole point of this is, how did we get to this? How was this missed? How did it take so long to find out, especially when they were out here making videos that went a little bit like this? Take a look.
From Eve's teacher, and she said that Eve did not pack a lunch today, and can I bring a lunch over to the school? This happens quite often when you're raising children, because I know that her teacher is uncomfortable with her being hungry and not having a lunch, and it would ease her discomfort if I came to the school with a lunch. But I responded and just said Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she actually told me she did pack a lunch. So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry, and hopefully nobody gives her food and nobody steps in and gives her.
So the bottom line is, if you guys don't know, that her form of punishment would be kicking you out of your bedroom so that you didn't have a bedroom for months and had to lay on a beanie bag or on the floor. Saying that her 5-year-old child, because they forgot her lunch, would not get lunch and no one better give her lunch, that learning to be hungry would make her, feel like she would remember her lunch more. Her punishment styles were way out there, right? And this was my whole thing about it. Months and months ago, mod of mine, Mommy Vibe, said, you need to take a look at this woman. I think that is outrageous. I did go over, I did take a look, and I thought so. Before I could even think of a reaction, then bing, bang, boom, then all of these, allegations of abuse and then the children escaping and everything like that had come out. So it took me a minute to gather it all. But this is what I try to tell everybody about YouTube. We watch it, right? It's supposed to be entertaining. But with this woman who had millions and millions of views, there was really no one who stood out and said, oh my God, what you're doing in these forms of punishment are just ridiculous, or this stuff you're posting, it makes my skin crawl. Every now and then you would see a comment about it, but instead everyone else wanted to say, oh, well, you're Mormon, that's your faith. I'm sorry. There is no faith out here that tells parents that we are to not feed our children. There's no faith out here to say that we're supposed to mentally, physically, or any other way harm our children. That's not a belief. That's something that's wrong. And that's why we're going to talk about it today, because everybody who was commenting and telling her what a great job she is doing, how do you feel now knowing that there is evidence out here that everything was not going right? Reactors always get, and that's what, John Ryan, we always get the, oh, well, why do you guys talk about these mommies? Oh, well, this is why right here, because you come over here and you watch My Jazzy Life, or you watch Nika and her busy life with her 10 children, and then you say that's not abuse. That's someone doing the best that they can. And then you have someone like Ruby Franke, who has a beautiful home, who has a husband, who makes everything look like it's always together. But then when she talks about her true beliefs, you know that she did not have it together. At this point, her husband is saying that he knew nothing about what was going on in home. He had no clue that she was doing any of this stuff to these children. And I know that anybody over here with common sense is going to say, red flag. How do you not know that 2 of your children are not at home? How do you know that 2 of your children are not at school? How do you know that your children are not getting skinnier by the day? I mean, seriously, how do you not realize what's going on when your wife pretty much broadcasts everything on her YouTube channel and then you're featured in on it? So you knew. Now that everything has hit the fan, her husband wants to, disassociate himself from it. He wants to be the victim. And honey, nobody is the victim in this but the children. Bottom line, I hope that both of these parents get everything that they're looking for to the fullest extent of the law. And because it's on video, we have to say alleged. But I will tell you what, as a reactor, this is why I do what I do. I point out some of the things that these people on YouTube put on here and call content, but it is on a very thin line of whether it's abuse or whether it's someone's beliefs. But either way that it goes, it's not right. That's why I react on it. That's why we point it out. That's why we do what we do. At least some of us. That's why I can tell you that I do my reactions over here. I wish that someone a long time ago, maybe even me months ago, when my Mod told me, look at this, that I would have took time to look more at the videos and I would have took time to do some reactions on her. But I'm happy that these children are now safe and put somewhere that they don't have to be around her. Now, as her proceedings go on, I will continue to do updates. But as of right now, everything that she is accused of, they are actually pulling a lot of evidence off her YouTube channel. I do not believe that the YouTube channel is up anymore, but there are a lot of clips. I have been searching for it. Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe it was taken down by the court system. I have no clue. But if you have found it and you can put the link below, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're interested in hearing more about topics like this, then guess what? We will do it. But always keep in mind, just because we're reacting on the mothers don't make us wrong. Go over, check out some of the content, and then you'll see what we're actually saying. And then things like this may stop in the future. I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you down in the comments below.